Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to talk a little bit about the season 14 finale to Supernatural on the CW, Moriah. Now I have some personal things going on, so this video might not be quite as long as it usually would be. Also, the fact that I have my Avengers Endgame review coming out as well, so I'm trying to do what I can where I can. But I definitely did want to talk about the season 14 finale, our lead into the 15th and final season coming up. And I know I missed episode 19's review, but I watched that today as well as the season finale here. And I was pretty happy with it. I think it's a lot of people seem to be pretty positive about this finale. I think it is one of the best finales in a few seasons at least. Pretty crazy. I mean, we have sort of the debate over Jack continuing. But as we see from our fan audience perspective, Jack is still, feeling he's not completely soulless like Soulless Sam back in season, 6. He still has this urge to want to care, and he seems a lot more insistent, sort of, hurt by what everything has caused. So, there's still a bit left in him, I think, that wasn't really acknowledged. But, it's definitely very character-esque, a very character-focused finale like Supernatural is so good at. We have the return of Chuck in this episode, like everyone's been clamoring for and kind of questioning why they haven't. We kind of get that here. And they take a surprisingly villainous spin to Chuck here, which I actually wasn't expecting. But, you're thinking, okay, what bigger thing could they have in the final season of Supernatural? I mean, they've done, Lucifer, a few times. They've done God's sister. So now what for the final season? God himself. A lot of people thought they were just kind of Jack turn evil and then have him be the final villain and that's it. But I think this way was a bit better and bigger and more interesting. But yeah, Chuck here, basically find out he likes watching, how they handle things. He gets some kind of enjoyment out of it because he's a writer, so he actually has that arrogance to him and stuff like that. And I thought it was a pretty good spin on it. Dean, of course, Jensen Ackles gave a very good performance on this episode. Jared Padalecki too, but when we see Dean sort of, grieving on his own over Mary, when he's just kind of sitting out in the woods, I thought it was one of the best scenes of the episode. And then his holding Jack at gunpoint moment, and God trying to urge him to pick up the gun, but of course Dean doesn't in the end, knowing that's not what Mary would want, and eventually get that again reveal of Chuck's more sort of selfish nature and sort of that more narcissistic, wrathful idea of God kind of coming to play here. And he said, okay, this is the way you want it. This is the end. We basically get zombies literally appearing, finally literal real fucking zombies in Supernatural. Excuse my language. That was just awesome. And just the shot of zombies slowly surrounding him and the camera going around showing Dean's face, just hell yeah, he's ready, very determined. Sam and Cass as well. It's just a classic shot of the show, and they're surrounded when it cuts to black. So that should be a hell of a premiere. I hope they kind of continue right after that because I want to see Dean kill some zombies, man. Yeah, we see a lot of the demons in hell potentially escaping. You got a throwback to the Woman in White, Bloody Mary, and stuff like that from the first season, which I thought was pretty good. Just overall, I think a very good, season 14 finale. Like I said, the best in at least, 3-ish seasons or so, definitely. I like the twist with God there. Makes for a very interesting and more unpredictable and uncertain, engaging final season. I think I'm very excited for, and I will try to review as many episodes of that final season as I can, and definitely the final episode, of course, at the very least. I'm giving this episode about 9.1, 9.3 out of 10, somewhere in there. I liked it a lot. Of course, if there's anything about the episode you want to talk more about, comment below and we will. So, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. And Bobby, it's good to see Bobby come up, when they're all talking about Mary, but it's AU Bobby, it's alternate universe Bobby. So again, it's cool, but it just doesn't mean as much because it's not our Bobby, not our Charlie. So, and I can hopefully do something to fix that a bit in the final season. And I did like the knock against Trump, with that was a fun, panic moment. Everyone, sort of not being able to lie anymore. Then we see that reporter on TV talking about how they don't say Trump directly, but they're talking about Trump. Apparently, the president has admitted, to Russian collusion or whatever it is, and he apparently made a deal with someone named Crowley. So I like that as well. I'm hoping they find somebody to get Mark Sheppard back, at least for the final episode or something. Let him do whatever he wants. I don't know. But yeah, catch you guys next time. Peace.